How's it going, folks? And you're welcome to the Motorcycle Hour podcast, where we're talking all things motorcycling. Quick shout out to some of our sponsors. Principal Insurance Ireland. Having the right insurance matters, especially when you're on two wheels. That's why Principal Insurance, part of Howden, offers motorcycle cover you can rely on, whether it's a weekend spin or everyday riding. Howden Insurance Ireland Limited, trading as Principal Insurance, is regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland. Terence Healy Motorcycles, Unit 1A, Access Business Park, Tullamore, County Offaly, your main Honda dealer for the Midlands. And of course, motorcycletraining.ie, your one-stop shop for all your motorcycle training needs. Whether you're booking IBT or some pre-test lessons, Tony's got you covered, so give him a shout today. And we are back, episode 93. How he's all getting on, boys? We're back. That was a short all week. Joined as ever in studio, the off-year over, the one and only Mark Dunn's here. How are you getting on, Buck?
Oh, brilliant, lad. Absolutely brilliant. Fantastic. And yourself?
Absolutely fucking mighty, that. Any crack?
Very little now. Helping a buddy of yours there most of the week.
Who's that?
Across from you there.
Oh, Roscoe McQuaid. I love the way he gets all the, you got the fucking handy jobs.
No. Hold on. How many times did I ask you, can I bring out the Harley? Can I bring out the Harley? No.
Because I was too busy fixing all your other fucking piles of shit.
No, you weren't. Not at that time. You fixed one of them this week after Mark started the Harley.
Yeah.
Not a very nice
Did I
thing.
get thanks for it?
Well, that's not a very nice thing to say about
Is
Tony's.
it fixed?
No, Tony's stuff is all sorted. Tony's stuff is all. Speaking of Tony, after a bit of an absence, the one and only Tony Moore's here. How are you, big man?
All good, dude. Yeah, I'm all TT'd out now at this stage.
All TT'd out. You had a good old time over at.
Was damp, I'll give it that.
Damp.
Yeah, it didn't get the racing that we expected, but the bit that was done was very good. And have to say, overall, a couple of things. Overall, yeah, again, was happy with Kevin's performances. That was very good, you know what I mean? Personal best on the R6 and the Blade. And great crack with the team and all that, do you know what I mean? But the one thing I would say about the TT was just you can get the buzz this year. You know, you can normally you come off the boat, and as soon as you come out off the ferry there, there's like an atmosphere. It's just a vibe, do you know what I mean? And I've always got it. Doesn't matter what hour of the morning it was, there was always a buzz. Right. Just didn't feel it at all this year. No, not even during the week. The 10 days was there. It just didn't happen.
And what do you think it just didn't take off for? Like,
the weather, you knew your race was going to be.
No, it wasn't even. No, the weather was good. When the weather was good, it was really good, and the racing was fine. Look, the TT is the TT. You know what I mean? You take it as it is. It just. I thought that, like, put it this way, I one of the days I went up to the pits and racing was postponed for another hour. That was fine. And then it was cancelled for the day. So I said, right, head back, left the start line finish and headed on out by Union Mills and all that. And between Union Mills and Kirkmichael, 5 speed traps.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
5 speed traps, right?
It's a bit over the top now, in fairness, isn't it?
And then what came in, that foreign dude is always over there. He has to all the badges.
Yeah.
Right?
He got done for doing a burnout or something.
He did a burnout.
That's right.
And
he got
some fucking
roasted.
Karen fucking reported him. Like, come on, lads.
I know, that's a bit over the fucking top.
Yeah, everything's gone that way with
Look what it is. We're going to talk more about that. So look, that's a news exclusive here. You heard it from the horse's mouth. The TT's dead, boys. That's what it is. Tony Moore.
Not a killjoy, but
Speaking of things that are practically dead, Ross McQuaid, how are you getting on, man? What's crack?
Living the dream.
Living the dream. Yeah. You're the picture held over there.
Yeah.
Fair fucking plenty. Any crack? Any old motorbiking lately other than fixing yokes and getting tyres?
Just fixing yokes.
You must have a fucking chair in Bridgestone at this stage. What did you get for
Mitchell.
Harley?
No. It was a Midas on the back because we couldn't get a matching brand for the back tyre.
You didn't put, mate.
Yeah, she was the only one I could get with the size that I wanted.
No, I don't know. I haven't a clue.
Yeah, the tyres.
Are they round? Black.
Well, for the
Smell
moment.
like rubber.
For the moment, yeah. They're black as well.
That's all you fucking want.
Yeah.
That's all you want. Once you go black. Oh, that's never so. Sorry. That's the job, lad. That is the job.
No, they're nice bit working the Harley now. They're this. Well, I want to say we.
She's
I don't
looking
know where he's going here. I done.
I was going to say that.
I said we. I said, we.
No, you
Even
didn't.
we.
You said,
Even we.
I done a nice bit working hard.
Yeah, and then you
go
went,
back. I haven't recorded
Yeah, I got a nice bit done by Mark.
by Mark, right?
Yeah. I was
Well,
there
I'm
for
glad you two boys are getting on so well. I'm glad you wouldn't bring him over that pile of shite of a tiger and get him to the wheel on. No,
The one you
I'll do
sold
that in
him.
my old shed.
Yeah.
The one you
That
sold.
was grand. Nice.
All I
What's
say
that,
is, for that stuff was sitting in my room for about a month and a half, and every week I asked you.
In fairness, he
Can
did
we
say
start?
that to me. He said, I'm after asking her that. He says, I think I'm after burning the bridges. He says, he's no interest in doing anything for me anymore.
Yeah.
It worked. Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
Still doing
that's
tiger
good.
for me though. Fair play to you. You're an absolute diamond.
I know. That's because you brought it out with a flat wheel, so I couldn't. What else I had to drop?
Well, you told me, bring it out here and we'll have a look at it.
I know.
And we had a look at it.
Turns out that I did plug that tire.
Oh, I knew well.
Yeah. But anyway, that's the way it goes. Safety first and all the jazz that goes with that. But we have an action-packed podcast coming up. We're going after having the two lads from Kells Road Racing on, giving us all the exclusive on what to expect this weekend as Kells Road Races fast closes in us. That's Andy Quinn and, of course, Henry Vaughan. Andy Quinn, as you will hear now shortly in the podcast, is the vice behind Mondello Masters. He is the man giving us all the updates up in the tower in Mondello, which I didn't know.
And he's big into his photography as well.
Loves his photography. Very, very good at his
Extremely
photography.
knowledgeable man now.
He was naming out stuff like he follows the sport, like whether it's road racing, short circuit or whatever too.
all the racing, sure.
Yeah, like back for years and years. You complete anorak when it comes to the racing and things. He knows everything about everything now. In fairness to him.
Yeah, he's good at it, in fairness,
very good.
Come here, before we bring the interview, give us another bit on the TT. What's the story? Would you go back?
Yes,
Right.
is the answer.
Don't
but
sound
it's-
too happy about it, like, you know.
There goes the fucking Isle of Man TT tourist sponsorship out
No,
there.
look, like I said, when obviously Dara course going over and Kevin's going over, I will go.
If Kevin wasn't going, would you go?
No.
Do you think
There's
it's
the
gone too commercialised?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't say that lightly, but it's just there's just no vibe.
No.
There's
Because
just
even the last time I was there, I got that vibe, Tony.
Yeah.
To be honest with
No
you.
vibe, too commercial. These are big words, Tony.
Yeah, I fell asleep in a dish last night. That's what it was. Like I remember back in the day, and evening times, you know what I mean, and just at the ferry terminal there, you know the roundabout, and it was on a yellow and black Gixxer 750. Came round the roundabout, rude not to, up in second gear, third, fourth, fifth, the whole way down the promenade on the back wheel, right? Allegedly, right? And
You teach that in ABT as well?
well, people do intentionally, unintentionally sometimes. But anyway,
Okay.
went the full length of the promenade on the back way and came down to the next roundabout, and the cops over there, they won't pull you in front of the crowd. Do you know what I mean, right?
Okay.
And back then they used to wear, remember they wore the white tits on their head. Them helmets, right?
Okay.
They remember they wear caps, but so I put the front wheel down, pulled the bike in. The cop said, okay, look, that's grand. He said, look, you've had your night's fun for the night. That's no problem at all. He says, we have a camera there. He says it's recording all the registrations. So if you're pinned again up on the camera doing the wheelie, well, you know, then we're going to have to talk to you. Do you know what I mean, right? And so he said, you have your phone for the night, fair enough, okay? But we'll leave it at that. And I said, okay, grand. And by the way, he says, nice wheelie.
Yes, he was sound.
Dead sound.
He was sound,
but that was then. There was a bit of crack. There was a bit of vibe. Do you know what I mean?
So what's changed? Is it just was it the weather? Do you think the weather played a big part?
I don't know, because we had the good weather and all. It just
A few people said it now. In fairness, I have heard reports. A lot. I actually, one of the comments that was made was people they'd only go for practice week.
Yeah.
I've heard a few people they wouldn't
Yeah.
go for race week. It'd be practice week to go over.
yeah.
Well, a lot of people are saying the race week is so busy. You know, so busy.
But it's just gone too PC, and the high vis brigade are fucking taking over. You know what I mean? It's just you know, maybe just the times that we're in. But biking for me was always that bit of a banter, a bit of crack.
Yeah.
And
Do you think, not being smart, do you think if you were a drinker you'd enjoy it more?
no, because as I said, I went for years, don't drink,
I would.
and
I would enjoy it.
Yeah, but if you're out there for a week and a half of drinking,
I sensed the buzz the minute that fucking boat opened.
Oh yeah, the minute you landed.
there was a buzz, there was an excitement. Do you know what I mean? You know, never seen one guy fucking do a wheelie, one guy do a fucking burnout. Nothing.
What is the word?
Not
What was it?
fucking one. Like
I seen a video of some fella on a bike and he was just doing a bit of weaving. He was just pulling off, like not mental. It wasn't any big speed. And the cops pulled him over straight away and said, "What are you doing that for?
Warming your tires up."
You don't need to be warming your tires there." And he was like doing like 15. Like there was a big bit of traffic in front of me.
Yeah.
He just do, you know, you money.
Blackguarding.
Yeah.
But he was
was-
harmless. Like,
No, harmless.
yeah,
Like, but he
yeah.
wasn't doing anything dangerous, and they just pulled him over. No,
See, they bring cops from different countries over as well. Like,
Oh, do they?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Oh.
Like there'll be Dutch cops there. There'll be
Would they?
yeah, oh yeah, there'll be everything there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I said, like, you know, like doing people for like 33, 34 mile an hour in a 30.
Yeah.
It's just,
it kind of thing.
It's just
revenue.
For
It's
me,
pure
it just
revenue.
smells.
I understand.
Yeah, people have this thing in their head. You go to the Isle of Man. I've never been to Isle of Man. People have this thing in the head. You go there and it's just a fucking free fry. Just go.
it's
have
like-
your
Oh yeah,
time.
Like
I can totally understand.
Just-
I mean, there was one Scottish guy. I mean, he was out on the bike, and of course, of all vans to hit, he hit a police van, right? A quarter bridge,
Shouldn't do that.
and
probably not advisable.
No.
Not a good idea.
and was about, I think, double over the speed, over the drink limit as well. Like, do you know what I mean? If you want to do it right. Like, do you know what I mean?
100%.
So no, I totally agree. You know, like taking the piss, absolutely.
Having a good time at the same time.
But you know, some lad doing a burnout or, you know, popping a
I heard a story. Sorry, I heard a story a lad told me years ago. He was came out. I won't mention even the pub because he'd be tied back to it. But a fella that I know staggered out of a pub,
yeah,
jumped onto the motorbike,
yeah,
went 100 mile an hour down the road,
yeah,
out through a hedge,
yeah,
broke himself up in a million bits.
yeah.
And you know what saved him?
Well,
The drink. Because, in his words,
Yeah.
the doctor told him, because you had so much drink, you were all loosened up.
yeah.
If you weren't drunk, you'd be a lot worse.
You're okay.
But
You're
if you
in a
weren't-
rabbit
if you
hole.
weren't drunk, you wouldn't have fucking crashed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, my mate Jonty is home now for Kells. You know what I mean? I know Jonty, and fella was coming out of Eden Derry, and he had a midnight special. Remember the X1100, right? And you know when you come out of Eden Derry and you go by the Kia garage on the left now,
Lot of foliage, yeah.
yeah, right, and round that right. Well, just after that, then there used to be a railway bridge there, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Just when it goes onto the straight bit after the bollards, there used to be a massive bridge there, right?
That's right, yeah.
Oh, absolutely huge. You're talking like, Jesus, 20, 30 foot of a bridge. You had to go over this thing. It was massive. It'd be like, you know, the hollows in Carby, that big
Yeah.
tip.
How
It'd
long ago was that?
Just back when men were men and sheep were nervous.
Right.
It's going back. That's going back.
More than 5 years ago, anyway.
Yeah, 30 years ago. Whatever, right?
I would really
yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
But,
yeah.
Same thing.
You worked in the building, I will say, did you?
Yeah. Your man came out over the bridge, and Johnny was on the back of the bike.
Yeah.
And absolutely fucking stocious, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like a bandy toy on the back of the bike. When your man went over the bridge and landed on the far side, it kind of bottomed out.
Right.
And next minute, Johnny's two legs went up in the air and he just rolled backwards off the bike. This is about 100 mile an hour, like. You know what I mean, right?
Jeez.
And he'd no gloves on him and he'd no fucking helmet on him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a bit like Charlie, like I said, like a sheep up on his back. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
All
yeah.
his knuckles everywhere. But it's the same thing, because he was drunk.
He didn't feel half the.
He fucking, but again, if he was rigid, he'd probably done himself a lot more damage. He just rolled in the ball and that was it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or as the lad said, if he wasn't drunk, he wouldn't have fallen off it at all.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the way it goes. Look at as far as you're concerned, in your words, TT's waste time.
No, not saying that. The racing was good.
No,
The racing was good. But
it's just hit that point now where it's just commercialized.
it is, yeah.
Yeah.
But the TT had to do that. Go back to a couple of years ago. The Northwest was on the death knell as well. It was gone.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like the Ulster Grand Prix, which is coming back next year. So they had to do something, and they went commercial route.
Yeah, well, that's what they have to do.
They had to do, you know.
Oh,
And
for sure, 100%.
so I get it, and if it keeps it alive, I'm all for that.
Yeah.
But the it's not.
ruined the tradition of it, kind of.
Yeah, it's not what it used to be. You know what I mean?
I get you. Look,
It's kind of got a bit like Formula One.
Name one thing that is like through any aspect of any sport, they've all had to change. And all events, you know what I mean? Even down to concerts and stuff, you know, it has all changed, unfortunately. That's just the way what we live. You know, it's just the way it is.
It's like the podcast, sponsored by. That's just the way it is.
Absolutely.
That's the you know, it's a reality.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's revenue, and that's it.
You know.
Everything has to be.
But
paid for.
I think it's at the detriment of the TT, as in,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and people will go to it. It's on their bucket list. I get it, But it's just not what it used to be. I don't understand what freaking old fella saying that. You know,
No,
back in the day with rose tinted glasses and all that.
Yeah,
But it's definitely not the same as it used to be.
Yeah, I get you.
For me, anyway.
No, fair enough, 100%.
And like someone going now,
Oh, it'd be fantastic.
He thinks they're fantastic because they don't know they don't know the OTT.
Yeah.
And again, it's the only older guys like myself would understand that.
I get
know
you.
what I mean?
I get
But
you.
yeah,
I get
it
you.
is what it is.
It is what it is. Well, sure, look, that's the way. At least you went and experienced it. And
Yeah.
that's it. Come here. We're going to move on. We're going to bring the lads on from Kells Road Race now shortly. But before we do, I have to get just some of the correspondence we got in on last week's podcast where we had the lads from Skerries on and we got an email in during the week and it says, how's things, Brendan? I just wanted to say I thoroughly enjoyed last week's episode with the lads from Lough Shinny. I'm an avid follower of the event, having grown up along the circuit. For us, Skerries was the centre of the universe for that weekend every year. The buzz and excitement around the town was fantastic. He goes on to say, my late grandfather would talk about racing back in the day when the track was 7 miles long and remembered the very first race back in 1946. Oh, Jesus, it's obviously changed a long way since
I feel
then.
like a whippersnapper now.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And he says, we can't wait to see the return of racing this year. And although I'm now living down in the Faithful, that's awful, isn't it? Faithful, oh my God.
You moved up in the world.
Holy yes, yeah. I'm now living in the Faithful. I still class myself as a proud Skerry man. Up the dubs. And that is from Conor McShane. So, Conor, thanks for getting in contact with us.
Right.
That's
On
great.
that, I was just looking at that. Did you know that the Skerries 100 back in the day was the first road race in the world after World War II?
To get
It was
going
the first
again.
one to take place, yeah.
Where?
Yep, there you go. Yep, you heard it here first, folks. No,
Very good.
1946. Holy shit, I remember it well. Come here. We're won't delay. I think we're going
There's
to.
only one thing I forgot with the TT. I was fangirling over. Oh, Brad Pitt! Wah.
Did you see him?
Oh, yeah.
Did he was he looking for you? Did he get? Sure, he's listening to the
double.
podcast. It says.
What about Channing Tatum?
Imagine he
Stunt
says,
double.
yeah. You have a podcast. He says so.
Yeah, should we get him on?
Did you see him actually over there? Did you see him about?
No,
around anywhere? Channing Tatum's over there as well.
yeah.
He's doing that
Isn't
film.
He's doing the film. The
He's doing
TV show,
it.
isn't he?
I
think
just
they've got
seen
somebody good
one or two.
think
When
they've
you
got
walk
somebody
through
good
the
looking,
paddock, they had an actual real race team,
right?
and they took over their tent for one day and put up all the branding outside for the film and all that. And then there was like people standing with getting tickets
Yeah.
to be part of the extras,
Yeah.
and then they're all told, "Oh, cheer," and then and then, okay, stop, and cheer again, and going, for fuck's sake, you know what I mean?
Sad.
Yeah.
But look,
So look, like it's like I said,
Damn it.
it's going to be.
that'll be interesting. It's only going to add to the fucking.
It's
infamy
yeah,
of
but it's
Isle of Man.
Hollywood.
I know.
Maybe we're going to be proven wrong here.
Does he actually ride a bike at all? No.
Brad Pitt.
No, sure, you
Do you know
saw
what
that he
No, sure. Look, you see, that's what they were doing. Like,
he'd pull up to the start line
Yeah.
and then there'd be video him and then
I-
he'd
he'd
jump
stop
off
and
the
he'd
bike.
do it.
I got 95% of the way through Sons of Anarchy, and then I seen a clip of your man Charlie. What's his name?
Charlie Hunnam.
Charlie Hunman. And he was sitting on the bike that was on a trailer.
Yeah.
And they were turning around. And after that, I just thought, forget about it. Forget about it.
yeah.
Anytime he murdered anybody, I couldn't take it serious after.
Well, I mean, like Johan Bono's daughter, like she was doing like a paddock stand.
Yeah, that's right.
And
Yeah.
then pushed up to the start line. You know what I mean,
Was that Bono's daughter?
that's Bono's daughter. Yeah,
Oh, right.
That's right. Yeah,
What the fuck?
yeah. So
Jesus Christ, you learn something new every day.
Yeah,
Holy
yeah.
God. Right, come here. I think.
I'm going to say me. Oh, go on. You can send me a Bono joke, but then
No, keep your fucking Bono joke yourself and do us all a favour. Right, we'll bring us the one and only Andy and Henry from Kells Road Racing Club. Folks, want to give a massive, massive welcome to Andy Quinn and Henry Vaughan, who are joining us the whole way from Kells Road Racing Club. Lads, how are you all getting on?
Good, very good.
All happy to be alive?
All piped up for the weekend now.
Piped up.
In the happy zone now.
We're going to get on to that now very, very shortly. Henry, you've been here before.
Yes.
I don't think much has changed since you've been here before.
No. You've got older, that's about it.
Maybe a couple of extra cobwebs here or there. We'll say nothing about that. Andy, this is your first time here. Welcome to Carbery in County Kildare.
Thanks very much.
You're not 100 miles away from us. You're over in Trim. You're a Trim man yourself, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, so I'd be more a kind of a Sunday biker. I don't, and the job just doesn't detail that. I can get out as often as I can, so quite familiar with here and the area. And
Yep.
I do the commentary in Mondello Park, so sometimes when there's maybe documentation missing on the windscreen of the car, like a tax disc, so you might take scenic routes to pop down
There are factors we're going
and
missing.
Mondello. So slightly familiar with some of these back roads and in the bright time and as opposed to creeping around at night as well when you're
We won't ask you what you're doing creeping around at night time.
It's a whole other story altogether. Yeah.
it involves 2 strokes.
Okay, fair enough.
That's a
not
good
bad
place to
compared.
start. Though, in fairness, yeah. Tell us, we got your story the last time. Andy, how did you get involved with Kells Road Racing Club, or how long has that been going on?
I think it goes back to I was abroad for years, and in the late 90s I came home. I was finished kind of a job in Singapore, and I came home, and the job was looking like it was going to be based in Ireland for a while, and I kind of tired of travelling, and I had a good friend up the road from me, Roddy Hayes, who was a national supersport champion, and he was still racing. He was coming back, and I kind of got into it and helping him, not changing wheels and just being in the whole vibe of the racing scene. And I kind of got the hankering for it. So I did, I'll show my age here, I did the pre-90 championship years ago on an FZR 600. It was terrible. It was,
an FZR
I was
600.
so, they are, I mean, now, if anyone likes to ban me, it had a pre-93 swinging arm, so I was bent as a €7 note from the outset, but it didn't help me. And look, I was horrendous. I was that bad. I could qualify, but I couldn't even fall off properly. It was, and I really didn't enjoy. I thought it was just you turned up, you put on your Superman leathers, and you went out, did 8 laps, come in, tasted champagne, and you went home. Yeah. But what's this Thursday night crack of oil and filters and gap and plugs and 5 a.m. on Sunday morning? So there's a 5 a.m. in the morning, so it didn't work out, and I was disgusted. I was really disappointed, and I kind of fell in friendship with this guy. Aidan Lynham was his name, and Aidan was he used to do photographs and stuff, so I ended up getting a camera off him, and from then on I just kind of got into the photography end of it, and then that spilled into the roads. Did a few features for Road Racing Ireland, the new Panigale when that came out, the Shift Cam 1250 BMW, when the GS when that came out, did that for Bike Buyer's Guide. And then I kind of got more into the PR end of it. Aidan sadly passed away in 2015 after an accident while he was out fundraising for his Down Syndrome Ireland campaign. And he'd set up this Irish Superbike page, and that was pure promoting Irish racing. And I was asked would I get involved. It was a big step for me because there's a lot different between just taking a good picture and then writing the story around it.
You have to explain the story, haven't you?
Yeah, but the lad said, for Jesus' sake, on a Sunday night after 3 pints, you won't shut up about it anyway, so why can't you just tape yourself or something? So from then on, it kind of grew legs. And obviously, the short circuit was where I grew up. But there is nothing, boys, there is nothing like standing on the side of the road at a marshal's point or somewhere away from, I'm not kind of haranguing the public, but they're sort of in your way. That's why you're in the zone that you are to take photographs. But there is nothing like standing at the side of the road and watching and listening and feeling a superbike brush your ears.
That's unbelievable. Yeah, it is. I love the videos. You see them now, even of first timers at the TT and stuff. Yeah, and they're getting there. It captures their expression when the first bike goes past them.
Even if it's only the Flying Marshal.
Even if, honest to God, it's just like. Oh,
well, they're all Max GP winners.
But it's so funny because they fly by and they're absolutely flaking it.
Yeah.
And next minute the boys come by. And you just see people, they don't know what to do.
Different gravy.
Different gravy. They really don't know what to make of it all.
I saw a clip of Keanu Reeves there. Did you see that one?
I seen that, he's a motorbike fanatic.
Yeah, he has his own brand.
He'd be a good pilot.
Yeah, he is.
He wasn't even amazed at that.
Yeah, he has his own, kind of as a Viking or something like that.
Voyager. Kind of like a muscle cruiser.
Yeah, they're big V twin,
I think there was talks of Buell making an engine for him at one stage.
I'd say they wouldn't be in our budget, would they?
No.
Absolutely.
Brad Pitt was actually over in the TT this year as well.
Oh, was he? Yeah, good old Brad Pitt, Some people say you look a bit similar to him. And they're all
the back of his head.
And all of them are lying bastards.
They were making that movie.
That's right, yeah, your man. They're
finishing it off in Greystones.
Yeah. Because they're looking for, I know.
They've got extras working down at Greystones. Greystones is the paddock.
Think of it out.
They were looking for people. Remember we were at the expo?
Yeah.
One of the researchers came up to myself and Mark and they were looking for barriers and all this ones. That's still going on. They're still looking.
Really?
for
Oh,
stuff.
really? Yeah. Holy divine, Jesus Christ, yeah. Think we've more of a face for the podcast, to be fair.
Face for radio for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we'll say we are. Henry, what's going on with you? Refresh our memory here. You were giving us a little bit of a background there again. You're worse than a stray dog, lad. You've
Yes.
been all
Well,
over
he's
the
been
place.
everywhere, hasn't he?
Been
All over the
everywhere.
place.
Been around the world, yeah. No, born in Wexford, moved up via Meath outside Kells to Skerries. Then I grew up, I left home, and that was it. I left home, or I grew up after I left home. So,
Or you
Were
you went on the run. One or
Yeah,
the
I was
other.
going to say, were you asked to leave home?
so I've worked all over the country, but I've kind of settled. I'm in Longford, married to a Longford lady, and happy enough in Longford.
Up Longford.
Yeah, up Longford.
Up Longford.
Fair play.
And within spitting distance of Kells, so it's an hour.
The Riviera of the Midlands, they call
Yes.
it Longford. Did you know that?
There'll be no more of that now.
That's what they call it, the Riviera of the Midlands.
Where's the Longford man?
Yeah. Sure, look, as I said to the boys already, sure, awfully used to Hollywood have.
Oh, my
You know what I mean?
God.
So, you know, Kildare.
Well, in fairness, there's
The
a lot of
armpit.
similarities between Offaly and Hollywood. That's
Hollywood and Wicklow. Yeah. Talk to us, boys. Kells Road Race in 2026. Did we think, I kind of used probably thought of it, but I think all of us were a little bit skeptical. Everybody was a
Yeah.
bit skeptical.
Yeah.
Would we see the return of Kells Road Racing? And here we are.
On the
Thursday
cusp of it.
night, on the cusp of it. It's
No, it's
counting down
happening.
the
It's
hours.
happening.
Oh, it's happening. We know it's happening.
It's been, this is a very cyclical event. We're the details of how we operate are determined from November in the year before. So as soon as for instance, the British Superbike season ends, and then you have the Sunflower, which is the last race, short circuit race up the north, the last race in the short circuit in Republic of Ireland. And then you're waiting on MotoGP, World Superbikes and British Superbikes to release their dates so that you can integrate them to the Irish calendar of short circuit racing, Ulster Superbikes, Enduro, so that nothing clashes. It's inevitable that
something
there
will,
always is an overlap.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is a problem for obviously, spectators can't be in two places at once, but neither can marshals. So you have to the balancing act. So last November the calendar was shown to me because I work obviously in the short circuits with Mondello, and I know that impacts the roads. And I looked at the dates and I saw road racing, and while I was aware that we'd not actually secured the insurance deal for anything yet. This was a real epiphany for me, in that, look at boy, you're going to be taking a lot of time off in 2026. If half of these events go
ahead, yeah.
But I wasn't expecting to see the extent. I thought we would maybe run at a smaller scale, but no, we were studs up in for everything. And a credit to the directors who worked with the insurance company. It might have happened faster if they'd, say, worked on only certain codes to come back. But they said, no.
All or nothing type.
All or nothing.
Yeah.
We could have done that in 2025. We took a vote and we said, no. We'll sit down and we'll flesh this out and we'll make it work for everybody.
I think that was the right thing to do.
Well,
It's the only thing to do. And, smaller numbers, you get broken up, you're easy.
We had, as I say, we had Alex Sinclair on here just before, when the re-election stuff were going on. And in fairness, that was one point that was made very clear. This was all or nothing. There was no one group that you could say, like, obviously the insurance associated with road racing is on the higher end of things in comparison to motocross and grass tracks and stuff. But at the same time, to fuel the next generation, to recruit the next generation of riders, they all start off in motocross. So you can't cut one out. You know what I mean? You had to do it all.
Absolutely not. Classic example, Kevin Keys.
Yeah.
Kevin Keys, he's done, is this his second or third TT?
Third.
This is third, okay, right. And if you look at his history, I've known Kev, 10, 12 years and stuff, starting as a GP125 rider on the short circuits, getting used, and now he knows the circuits, and then you put him in a 600, and now he's on a superbike and a 600, and he's doing international.
Yeah.
After competing in how many British championships
sure.
as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you don't have these structures in place, you're not going to see. And we're only starting to realise that with things like the IMC race and BAM racing at Boy Carton Centre, stuff like that.
For sure.
The Ovales, that sort of stuff at Mondello as well. The reason so many Italian and Spanish riders are so good at world championships is because they've won major championships at age 8.
Yes.
No, for sure, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And it's the same for grass, dirt, enduro, whatever.
But you see it as well, if you like, I read like Valentino Rossi's book, and I read a couple of the, so a lot of the British GP riders and stuff like that, and there's always one thing that comes up on the start, giving examples of, where it all started and their progression. And they've all been kind of lucky enough, more so people that are, the riders that are based in Europe, in mainland Europe, they've had opportunities, say the UK will have, like, what's the word I'm looking for here? You can get scholarships as such.
Like, you can do your Red Bull rookie thing. You can do all that sort of stuff.
They have training camps over in Italy and Spain and Portugal. They all have something similar, whereas here we're lacking that.
Well, unfortunately, here I don't know
if you've seen Team 109. So I know Sean Tobin, and Paul Tobin, and I knew Shawnee Hurley awful well. That was the instigator of Team 1. But their feeder for that is the Ireland talent team.
Okay.
And so what they have at the moment is Fionn Stevens and Max Robinson. Paul Robinson's son.
Correct.
Of the Dunlop dynasty. And Fionn Stevens. And that's where they have them out in Spain doing their rounds. I think they're doing Moto 4 and Moto 5 this year. On the back of legacy shorter Irish championships. And as soon as they're shown potential, well, Max has won a British championship in mini bikes and stuff. And Fionn Stevens, he's already a lap record holder in Moto 3 or a junior super sport. So they've shown, so pluck them, get them out and get them into Spain. Yeah. And we were watching myself and photographer Joe Conley, and we flew out to Spain, Fortuna, to watch them compete in, I think it was mini bike, Junior 10 or something, watching Max and Fionn. And Jorge Lorenzo's father has a race school. And he was walking around the paddock. Now, this is an international, it's a Spanish competition, but there's Dutch guys, there's Polish, there's Germans, there's English and Irish. And Jorge's father was walking around with a notebook.
No way.
And he was watching. He had one hand on a stopwatch and the other hand on his notebook.
Go away.
And he was handpicking them for his school.
Jesus Christ.
So that's the notice that these entry level junior championships get, and I think we should be putting more focus on them now that we're back.
Now that we're back. Absolutely. Now that we're back. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I love, obviously, as I said, hearing a superbike and feeling it, brush past it. But when you see somebody in, we say, the junior super sport or Moto 3 class or Moto 1, when you see them lapping other guys after 5 laps, you found a nugget.
Absolutely.
That's,
and it has to be looked after.
If you have to, and if you don't find excitement in that, then I don't know, you have a heart of stone or something. I certainly do in the top tower, as you'll see next month or 2 weeks time, if you pop up and have a look. That when we were watching the time and you see this purple ping. Time after time, and I find that exceptional and stuff, and
that's why you do it.
I do, I really wish I was a wealthy man. Not could live in a big house with a Lamborghini, but I could sponsor not a race or a championship, but a rider. And Casey Gorman.
Honest to God,
if he'd had money thrown at him 3 years ago, he wouldn't have had a Moto 3 deal. For 2026, he would have had one. He would have been picked by Jorge Lorenzo's father or an Italian team before that, because he wasn't not so much promoted, but because he wasn't allowed to be promoted and pushed properly. But look, we're doing it now, and I think we're learning the benefits of it, and I really hope so.
I hope so, because I think there's an awful lot of talent that has probably slipped through the nets.
Jack Kennedy.
Absolutely.
5-6 British championships.
And in fairness, does not. But doesn't get the recognition.
No, it doesn't. Like, I used to be listening to, like I said, Jack Kennedy, 5-time British Superbike champion, and he'd win the British Superbike champion. Was it 23? Or 24? Was the last time we won it?
Yeah.
And huge thing for an Irish rider to do. And then you'd be listening to the news and any of the channels they wouldn't even speak so much.
Sure, Eugene Laverty was the same thing. Ended up he went from Superbike, a very successful super sport racer, went on to Superbike, World Superbike, was very successful in that.
Scored points in MotoGP.
Went to MotoGP as well. And Didn't matter.
I always think
Nothing.
there's something about me. I often think, I wonder would I ever live long enough to hear Aran Naveen being played at a MotoGP venue.
Oh, you will.
Well, I'm 54 and I'm hoping that Casey go on.
Yeah.
Casey, we're all rooting for you, man. If you're
Pressure's
listening
on.
out there, 100%. Yeah.
Pressure is on.
Yeah, we could talk, I suppose, about MotoGP and all, I suppose, all night long. Kells.
Yes.
Let's
The main reason we're here.
Yes. Absolutely.
talk us through. It's obviously been, and as I was saying there, it's obviously like, it's one of those things a lot of people were kind of wondering in the early stages, would we get the insurance over the line? Then we would. Then we did get it. Were these road races going ahead? They are going ahead, but say we're on the cusp of it. How long has the journey been from going from, say, November to now, this weekend?
Well, for me...
Or how stressful has it been for you?
Yeah.
Well, I think there's a core group in our club that wanted a race this year. Going back to early in the year, and there was half of us didn't think we could do it. I'm a full on in, and 3 or 4 more with me were full on in, lads. It's this year or it doesn't happen, and I think a lot of clubs felt that way.
Yeah.
4 years is a long time.
It is a long, long time, yeah.
Purely not just for a spectator, but for lads with machinery and and even you were asking there before we went on air about grids. The grids are very positive for this weekend. Everyone that you would expect to be there is there.
Good stuff.
And I can tell you we're going to have a ding-dong weekend.
It's going to be close.
Yeah.
That's
there'll be
what you
lots
want.
of racing. And I think what you just spoke about there, we have to have some end result or some product for people to watch to bring the young lads on. And I'd be saying to people this weekend, even if you have only a mild interest in motorsport, come along over to Cross the Keel. Bring your kids. It's Father's Day. Yeah. So tell Mammy.
Absolutely.
She can do the washing up. Sorry, I'll be shot for that. But bring your kids and witness probably one of the most white-knuckled motorsports you can be involved in without being...
It's a spectacle. That's the truth. It is an
100%.
absolute spectacle.
Well, I'll give you just an example. Just as you mentioned that about bringing the family and stuff, I called in and I met a cousin of mine, first cousin of mine, Stephen, that I haven't seen in probably close to 20 years. He's living out in the state, out in America. So he's home for a bit of a holiday, him and his 2 young lads. And they're 16 and 10. And they were mad into bikes and cars and all that was involved in that. And I said, what's the plan for the weekend? He says, I think we're going to go up to Donegal for the rally. I says, all right, yeah. And he says, just the lads Latin with motorbikes or cars. And I said to him, why don't you go to fucking Kells?
Yeah.
And he says, the penny dropped. And he says, what's going on? I says, the road racing's back in Kells this year. And then the 2 young lads who obviously, born and bred in Chicago, hadn't a clue what I was talking about.
Google and Kells straight away.
They were like, why, what's on the... I says, road racing. And he says, like, what's it like? I says, the Isle of Man TT? Yeah. And he says, same deal. And you could see them like, this was no brainer. Donegal was going out the window. Forget about it. We were going to Kells. So they're going to go over there, and I cannot wait to see them, their faces.
But we've missed out on it because obviously the pandemic. So if you say the boys are 16 or 18, the pandemic wiped out when they were 10 or 12. So now that we're back and we had insurance issues twice, so they missed out on that. So that's why we're promoting this. As I think we've had, almost 1 million engagements on our social channels in the last 10 days, 2 weeks.
That's incredible.
Because we've been on the back of people at Cookstown were asking, but is it Kells not running? Or at the expo and stuff, we have a stand here.
Yeah.
And the way that it's changed is that with the insurance now that it's been sorted, we're doing it a different way, whereas in the past, each year was running hand to mouth in making the event run, whereas now we're planning for 2027 already.
Yeah.
So what that means is an example of that would be what happened in the past was when you ran a road race event, because it's a club, it's not part of a bigger, tarmac championship or something like that. You're an individual club. It's up to you to pay the bill, to pay for the portaloos and the generators and the stands and the PA and all that sort of stuff. And revenue only starts coming into the club when you're selling advertising space in a program. Or people come in the gate and buy a program, or people put it in the entry. But if you're having things like generators on site, the guys need to get paid in advance. So the way that used to work in the past was your weekend had to cover that. So that's like going into the supermarket and at the start of June and saying, right, I'm buying me household goods and I'll see you at the end of the month if that's all right, But if you had a bad weekend or for one reason or other you didn't get the figures, you're minus. So that's a very shady way of running, and it's not sustainable. So the way it changed this year was, if you're intending on running a road race, you're going to do it by 2 installments. Your first installment has to be, I think it was the middle of February, which means you're putting your foot on the ground and saying we're in.
Yeah.
And then the second installment, I think, was May time or April, May. But that's where it was, which means you have to get your revenue up front. And that's driven 2 things. That is driven so that while we'll all sleep well on Sunday night, one way or the other, when we get up maybe a week or 2 later and we start thinking of 2027, hopefully we'll have a bit of a kitty there.
Yeah.
But we also, the Road Racing Committee come up with the lottery, the Road Racing Lotto, to help sustain this, so that if there's something going on that needs a top up, we have a fund that we don't have to bother going to the union, because we should be able to stand on our own. We should. Yeah. If you remember, some of the legacy pictures that we've seen of road racing, that the likes of Balin sent me or Joe Connier stuff, and the lines of people 4 deep at the hedge. You need that back to improve the funding and the finance for going into to 2027. And the naysayers will say, but you're only doing this to raise 50 grand. Yeah, but we need 100. So that thought process has to come in for everyone, and that, yes, we need to fundraise at this level. Henry was part of setting up the lotto. They're changing the lotto jackpot is normally 20 grand. I think they're bringing it up to 30. Is it this weekend?
30 grand this weekend. Are you serious?
It's all right, isn't it?
How has that been going? How's the uptake?
Good. The lotto is steady. We're at a figure now every week, and
deadly.
Look, we've all been busy with getting ready with racing and the whole lot. We have big plans for lotto for next year.
Yeah.
We were chatting about this on the way up. I think for me, the lotto was always bigger than just getting a few bob in the door. And myself and Mark had this plan that it's going to be a sustainable way of getting money all the time, and I think we have to look at the way we target people with the lotto. I personally think if you're subscribing to a lotto, you should get something back.
Yeah.
Not just a chance of winning 20 grand. And where we hope to go with, there's 7 clubs involved, is that maybe next year, if you subscribe to the lotto, that you'll get maybe free entry into road racing.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, because sure.
I mean, we all give over money for stuff, but once, and it's not our money, it's everyone else's money. So we're using your money and his money to support the sport. So I think if you're doing that, you should have an advantage over Joe Bloggs, who doesn't buy the lotto.
Yeah.
You both go to Kells this weekend, you pay 30 quid in. Well, I should only pay 20 quid or 10 quid because I do the lotto. And that's where we're going with it. I think it'll bring more people on board.
Yes.
But the lotto is healthy.
Yeah.
We bought the travelling marshals. There's 5 travelling marshals this year. All brand new helmets out of a lot of fun.
Deadly. Jesus Christ.
FIM spec, top end helmets.
Proper job, But that's great, though.
Those guys don't get paid. They do it. And they get a little expensive. Yeah. They're out of pocket.
But I have to say, I think, in fairness as well, and I know we said it in the last podcast as well, but it's just great to see this initiative. To say, right, we can't just rely on fundraising everything.
It's not. You can't sustain yourself.
The thinking all through the sport, from maybe the rider promoting the lotto to the guy who turns up at the gate, to buy a program, and we have to start thinking that if we want road racing sustainable, that we have to be. It comes at a cost. I think it's fair value.
Absolutely.
For instance, for Kells, the entry for the weekend is €30, including. Is it an 80-page program? 120 page colour program.
Well, just on that, right? Just on that, I don't know if you were up to Northwest. A program at the Northwest was £20.
Yeah.
£20 sterling.
£20 sterling. So if you take that into credit,
that's very good value.
A program anywhere is going to be at least €15.
Yeah, there was a good few of us involved in the program this year. Won't go into names. It's a big teamwork, but there's a bit of meat in it. There's something other than just ads about Joe Bloggs tractors and all disrespect. We all need sponsors, but there's a lot of nice little bits in it.
Stories and stuff like that.
Rider interviews.
Riders, that's very good. Yeah,
it's a good idea as well. The way you are doing it with the 30 hours and you get the program because, well, for starters, it's not in some of these races. It depending on where you're setting yourself up. It's not that easy to get a program.
Yeah.
And you have to be in the right place, right time. But it's lovely, especially for people that are not overly versed on road racers, and the
or
different
social media.
categories. Or exactly.
And
They
people
can
want
get
a
out with-
memento as well.
Oh, I love them.
Memento, yeah.
I moved house
100%.
6 years ago,
Yeah.
and I still have a room that I can't get into because I go in and say, right, I'm going to take this box and I'm going to just destroy everything from 1984 beyond.
Yeah.
And 6 hours later, you're malnutrition, you're malnourished, and inside the 1997 Dundalk Road Races program. You know,
People buy into that. They when you're handing over money, like you hand over the 30 quid. Like, but you're actually getting something physical now back, you know, which is like, and it's a memento. Like, say your 2 cousins there, or your 3 cousins coming home from America, they'll go back to America with that program.
100%.
They'll show other people this program in America. Next when people are looking at
I'll
this
give
stuff.
you a heads up. They can fill up the back page, this autograph page.
You see,
There's a gap. There's a gap between the races, and as you said, if you've got a fine spot, you know, you're not going to give it up to somebody else and disappear and get a coffee, or if you and you got the pitch to browse to, and who's number 34 there that was it?
That's
you know,
what I'm
and
saying.
you
So it's great for that. So say for the likes of us, so for what they're seeing, it's bikes, different sounding bikes going by at different speeds. But for them, they'll know roughly by the time, what have we got? Oh, this is the super sport race that's on here now. And they'll see a rider going by and they go, oh, just that's actually, you know what I mean? It paints the whole picture.
Speaking of super sports, I mean, now that they've introduced next generation, so you're going to have, it's open to the V2 Panigale. You have the 675 or if you're posh 765 Triumph.
That's right.
You have the GSX-R 750 as well. So I mean, that's a fascinating. I'd need 2 of them if I'm up at Bishopscourt or somewhere, one in each hand to see what's Carl Phillips riding and what Michael Dunlop decided to take out the van. You know, so for that kind of perspective as well, it's good. Regulations and race order and all the stuff that you kind of take for granted, it's there in front of you. As you say, you take it home that evening or
memento
like
of it
7
all.
years later.
It is, absolutely, So as we say, we're heading into this weekend. Obviously, and the committee, I suppose, are absolutely flat to the mat, organising bits. What way are we fixed? We've got, I'll presume, obviously, all the bales, all that end of it is up now. You've got your camping end of things, I think.
We're ready to rock. There's a few bits you can't put out the last couple of days, and obviously signage and that. It was a bit wet today, but we're hoping for.
But look, I would mind that because that's going to give the road a good wash.
Good weekend.
I was thinking more of the paddock.
I suppose so. Yeah,
there's a few in the paddock already. Kev Keys turned up this evening. Marcus Simpson was there already. So the paddock is already getting a bit of activity through it. You have to be conscious of the residents as well, because you know, if you didn't get the roads closure agreements, you know, obviously you find somewhere else. So you have to be respectful to them. And in fairness, they are very accommodating. The people across. I think some of them get off on the buzzard and stuff.
Of course they do.
And having that,
haven't they got the best seats in the house?
I give you a little. This is maybe it's not. I was going to say this how sad I am. I'm actually working near Summerhill tomorrow. And I'm actually going to completely deer tour on the way home. I'm going to go out to Kells just for my own sake, just to get the fucking buzz going.
And actually do a lap of the track in the transit.
In the transit.
I went over last night. I live in Longford, and I went over the back roads, and I ended up just coming onto the circuit, and the lads were up the far end, so I said I'll just nip around, but it looks immaculate. It's like
I looked at some of the stuff on social media now today.
It's just groomed to within an inch of its life.
The grass is absolutely. Oh, do you want to see the grass?
Now is the crowds, you know, they'll be there.
They will be there. The weather is given. I think we're going to be blessed with the weather. It's given some really, really decent weather. It's going to be dry.
We might get the odd sprinkling, but I don't think there's. If the temperatures are up, it's just going to evaporate as soon as it bounces.
Like from what I'm seeing, and unless it's changed, but from what I'm seeing, today was to be wet. Tomorrow's going to be a little bit hit and miss, but it is to be dry all day Saturday and all day Sunday.
So that could be qualifying and racing good.
But sure, I remember years you could be standing in the paddock and you'd see a serious shower, would say heavy rain over maybe in Oldcastle, and it just goes round you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
In fairness, the county council.
Road racer deep down.
What's that?
God is a road racer deep down.
I think so. Yeah.
Well, of course, we're looking for a bit of a blessing this weekend because, you know, 6 weeks ago we lost our president, Tony Lynch, and you know, you meet in O'Connor's Bar as a committee and go through the motions and spread the workload, and you have a list of things that have to be done, and there was a voice missing for the last 6 weeks of I'll do that or I'm on it. And we had our launch. We had our launch last month, and you know, Sean Drew turned up, and a few of the dignitaries, Jack Carly, the MC, with Andy Farr, and a few. John O'Gormy was there, and Holly Dennis as well, a motocrosser, the enduro rider, and
You know how. Yeah.
we had the top table there, and we just had an empty upturned glass and a seat there for Tony, because it was a real gut punch at that. Not that there's ever a good time to lose such an involved person of the committee, but when we were in the full throes of that, and he'd taken on so much, it was only when his input wasn't there.
You feel
We had to carry on a week later. You know, we had to get back, and we've named,
sad, yeah.
we've renamed. There's the sweep.
Yeah,
There's the sweep in, so we've renamed that to Totos. The family didn't know. We told them about 2 weeks ago, and they were blown away. So that will be forever known as Totos. After Tony Lynch, the president. So if there was ever some, it was so sudden in the end, and if there was ever something that you needed to drive you over the final line, or if you're a bit, fatigued with a couple of weeks left to go, if there was ever something to just push you further through that, it was just to say, what would Tony do if you were sat beside you?
What would he say?
He'd say, suck it up and just carry on.
Oh my God, yeah.
We were starting off the weekend tomorrow night at 6:30. We have a classic bike run from Kells, and it's actually in honour of Tony. And
Lovely.
all funds raised are going to the Irish Kidney Association, so it was a charity very close to him. So
very good.
So I'd encourage anyone.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, it's a lovely evening to get out on it.
Classics.
Yeah.
And I'm not just talking about the bikes. To come over and
he
if it's a
started
good
from the paddock, is it?
No,
Red Railway Bar in Kells.
So Railway Bar in Kells at what time?
It's 6:30.
6:30.
Yeah,
absolutely.
clean up the oil off the road, and then we head off around 7.
Very good. Very good. Yeah. Two-stroke.
Jesus, yeah.
Well, look, it's a lovely. You were saying about. I know you'll divert on your way home, but there's lots of lads on a Friday evening and say, "Jesus, I've nothing doing for a few hours.
Swing in.
Pop over."
I might fucking do that either.
Yeah.
Fucking, I might do that either. What's you need a classic bike?
No, not at all.
No. Bring the Harley.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus, no. we haven't that much cement. We want to keep it for the weekend.
Jeez, that shocking.
Leaky.
We might go over,
I think that's
in general for people to come.
But it's
and
great, yeah.
It kind of kicks off the weekend for us, and it's
Exactly.
We
It's a great idea.
Yeah, we know it's green light time then, and we're kind of we know it's going to head one way or the other, but there's a lot of people who supplement the committee and the club members. When we had our AGM in January, and it's the same old faces turned up, and right, I'm not doing that. Yes, you are, and I don't want to be part of this. Too late, you've been nominated, and the second you're in, and then we turned around and the place was full.
huge.
The age we had never seen every seat in the place full, but the dynamic of that I took really interesting was the age group that were there, and the amount of they're kids to me, but the amount of people that were in their early 20s and 30s that were there.
Really,
yeah.
And then you bring that forward and you think, all right, that's that, isn't it? That's the end of that. We'll not see them again. Like they've seen what's involved, what the workload, and volunteering your time, from May onwards, evenings and stuff like that. And then we ran the manual handling. What's it, Mick Delaney's industrial training? So you have to do your manual handling training before you can help with the track setup. And there they are on a Thursday night, and a Saturday morning learning how to drive a teleporter. So you get your ticket for that as well. And they're still there.
We were blessed to have Mick on board as a club member. Like he's done all the health and safety. That's the way it's gone.
That is the way it's gone.
It's the only way.
Part of it.
There was a few sniggers in the room when he mentioned it. Health and safety.
Johnny Farley, for instance.
Would
you have to as you say, like you have an insurance policy? There's an insurance policy there, but that's only valid provided that you're adherent to.
You're doing everything that you're supposed to do.
Like last weekend, I was away, but last weekend I had 40 plus people signed on. Even that signing on to help out. Everything dotted and everything.
Well, that just tells me that it's the want is there for it.
That is, isn't
it though? And
the want at that age. I mean, I'm 54. I don't feel I can't run around 8 laps Mondello taking photographs anymore for 2 days in a row. So you need to be bringing people on like that, or even at committee level. If you see them coming in at club, you would hope that maybe in 5 or 10 years' time they say, well, I wouldn't mind doing treasurer, or I wouldn't mind doing secretary.
Stepping up, because it needs fresh faces.
And all our PR people are, apart from yourselves, they're all young people.
Right.
You know,
Thanks,
Oh, that's an old job.
I feel a mirror on the wall coming on.
you said you know.
Jesus, we're getting on fierce well up.
Shots fired.
We've brought in a lot of young people, and that's just to say, like on top of
Yeah,
what
which is
Andy's
great. It's great.
Yeah.
And I always wonder this because Kells, like probably so many other villages and towns in Ireland, is the GA and other field sports is a huge part of it. So I often wondered, would you struggle, because a lot of, as I say, young people and all age groups are so involved in the GAs, and they'll have training maybe 2 nights a week, and they'll have something on the weekend. So I wondered, would you struggle?
It's coming up to exam time as well, so you have people doing their studies and stuff. And it's a big ask. I'm not trying to put people off.
Yeah.
Now, I hold my hand up. I live in Trim, it's an hour away, so I don't get to all the committee meetings, and a lot of the work I can do can be done remotely, or when I find an hour and stuff like that.
An hour away? What? Yeah. What are you driving?
It's a Ducati. It's got 6 gears, but you only use 3. I know if you want Ducati, you don't have a spare donor bike. But
I do trim to Kells in about 15 minutes.
and that's in the transit.
That's in the transit, yeah.
But there's a lot in, and to see that the numbers do come back in May, June time, as many as they did at the AGM in January, it's a huge credit to them. You know?
Brilliant.
It's funny, actually. I was doing up the sponsor a bail thing for the programme, and the amount of names I couldn't read, I couldn't pronounce.
Oh, really? Yeah.
It's just,
There's your diversity.
That's the core.
And I don't mean that disrespectfully.
Oh no, but that's the way
I
it is.
remember ringing numbers to guys, and I'd say, I could maybe make out Pavel or something, but I couldn't. And I would not disrespect them by writing the wrong name. So I literally rang all those people and say, you mind me asking, how do you pronounce or how do you spell it?
Yeah.
And they got a great buzz out of it, And
But-
plus I did the plug, make sure you're in Kells now next week.
But that's what you need. We obviously know as a committee, we know the work that has to be done, and that filters down to the club, who'd say, I can do that, I'll take on that, I have a teleporter license, I can talk. But then you need those people, the people that sponsor our bail or sponsor our marshal's post or whatever it is, a generator or a lighting post or something like that. They're the people that you need to bring in and nurture. And that's how I think the word spreads, that by word of mouth, that we can do this, but we need more bodies, and it's manageable, but a lot. I mean, racetracks by their very nature host cars and bikes, and it's a facility purpose built for racing. So what we're doing across the Keel is we're flipping a village, a road and a field into a purpose built racetrack. With Portaloos, hot water, waste take away, food, showers where we can, accommodation, and doing that without disrupting what needs to happen locally as well. It really is. I find it very daunting. So when we had that vote in, was it January or February, I was sitting on the hands thinking, nope. But but when I'd heard, lads, we've done this before in worse conditions with less resources, and then I thought somebody else said that in second, and you know what? Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, no,
fair play.
That was the coin flip for me.
As you were saying, there's a huge appetite for
Well, see, this is what I see, lads. Because, the TT's never been as popular.
Never.
The Northwest has never been as popular.
No.
We need to get their stuff back down here, down south.
I think there's going to be a serious crowd at this weekend. Honestly,
I
just
genuinely do, because
from
the
what
buzz,
we're hearing and the feedback we're getting,
you'd be in the loop.
I think there's going to be a massive crowd at this now.
No disrespect to, I've travelled to both, and I was up at the Northwest. I was at the TT a few years ago. I'm going to the Manx in August.
Oh yeah,
I think you can't beat a little short.
That's class.
Yeah. Like, it's
You're
a
not
quick
waiting
lap.
15,
It's a
20
quick lap,
rounds.
like,
It's a quick lap.
And
exactly.
and everyone's compacted into one kind of that small or short circle.
Yeah,
type
there's no
effort.
bad viewing
No,
No,
there's not, especially in
absolutely
Kells.
no.
We've
Especially in
opened up
Kells.
a good few areas now this year. There's some new areas for spectators.
Spectators.
Absolutely peachy now.
That's great.
If I wasn't working, I'd be watching it. I tell you.
yeah, you might disappear somewhere for a while, maybe. You wouldn't know. What advice would you give for people that are coming either Friday or Saturday or Sunday? What advice would you give?
Just check your socials and plan your route so that you can see how we've done our event management, so that you can see where your parking is for bikes, cars. There's hospitality for camping and then as well. So take a look at that. What are we, Thursday night now? So we still have tomorrow to check in. if you're paying in for 2 days, so do the 2 days. So have a look on the Saturday so that you can pick out your vantage point for Sunday, because it's an outdoor event.
It's obviously get there as early as you can.
I think it's 9 a.m. road close on Saturday and the same on Sunday. We're hoping to have bikes on the circuit about 10:30 or 11. When you have a weather window as pleasant looking as we are, you run them. You cannot run any quicker than half an hour a race. You need that because there's riders in multiple races and stuff like that, and it's inevitable you're going to have stoppages, collect bikes or move a bale, or maybe a resident needs to go. So you're going to have, I think, 14 races over the weekend. Wow. So you're looking at 7 hours of racing anyway.
So qualifying is all day Saturday, is it? All right.
Practice, we're treating everybody as a newcomer because we've not run since 2022. Everybody's going to be treated as a newcomer, and they're going to get untimed laps behind the marshal, so they can learn the circuit again. And then the newcomers, so the guys that have never been there before, so they're going to get extra time behind a travelling marshal, so they can see their braking points, look at the signage for where the kink is or total sweep, or where the braking is coming into the start finish because there's a negative camber into the and stuff like that. We've seen in 2022 we provided more practice time and more untimed practice for riders' experience, and we had less incidents as a result. I think because they were more dialed in at slow speed rather than trying to chase the rabbit from day go.
But that's a fantastic thing you're doing, lads, for your new riders. Like you're giving them the time.
Jump in there, and credit have to go to Susan Plunkett, who's coming down from Skerries, our clerk of the course.
Wow,
the amount of planning that lady has put into this weekend. I'm not saying there was never no planning before, but she is
phenomenal,
meticulous.
Coming down from Skerries,
and we've had several meetings on site with her. We were out walking the track there a few weeks ago. No stone has been left unturned in this. That's just telling you what Andy is saying there. But
she knows her stuff.
The time that the riders are going to get.
Fair play. That's brilliant.
But I think that's a fantastic thing, because no matter where it is, Mondello or Road, it's a daunting thing if someone's coming there for the first time. And to be given that time and to go out with someone more experienced that's going to show you where you need to be. That's
you can't buy that. It's not something you see. It's not something you can see on YouTube.
No. You can do all the laps you want on PlayStations and all this stuff. Unless you're actually on the track doing it.
And what's the surface like?
The council came out in March and they did their surfacing, and it was, I think we had a look and whatever. That's not too bad. And they said, we're not finished.
Okay.
And then they came back and they did some better patching and stuff like that. So when you're down tomorrow evening, have a lap. A sensible control lap in the transit, please.
I thought we were takeaways, and I thought we were going to be supplied with a flying marshal.
No, if we
actually, you should talk about having a recce. You could notice a lot of bikes around the last few days.
Would you?
That's doing a quick little lap.
If we hear any reports of contrary, you'd be doing it on the back of a marshal.
We don't condone that, Eric.
No, we don't condone that kind of
sort of behavior. Allegedly.
No, we had it years ago that the week running up to it, that there was fellas doing practice starts in the village, and we were saying, lads, people live here. You can't be at that. There's kids trying to go to sleep here. No, there's kids on Instagram trying to go to sleep here. But
as Pat Short said, you just can't be doing that, lads. Jesus Christ. Well, listen, we could talk for hours about it. I cannot wait for it. Hand on heart, it's been a number of years since I've been at Kells Road Racing. I can't believe we're here now. It's like the night before Christmas. It's all coming together.
2 more sleeps.
2 more sleeps.
Or none if you're an insomniac.
Somebody put that up on the group on Monday.
Look, sometimes I feel the spotlight is on us because as a group we haven't ran in 4 years and we're the first ones back, which is kind of a good timing for us in that the interest levels are there and stuff. So I think there is kind of a spotlight on us.
I'll be honest with you, but the spotlight's on you, lads, because it is such a well-known race. It's such a well-known circuit. Like it's it's a phenomenal place to go.
It is.
It's fantastic. If people haven't been at this, get yourselves to Kells.
Yeah,
get yourself to Kells.
100%. 100%.
It's phenomenal.
The only downside is that's in County Meath.
Yeah.
Other than that,
Yeah, we could be in Kildare because thanks to God. Yeah, you know.
if you could just move it to the other side of it, I know. All joking aside, get yourselves to Kells this weekend.
Absolutely.
Whether you've gone to every road race since the day one, or you've never been to a road race, or you're just curious about road racing, or if you're not curious about it, go to Kells. There's not one person who's going to come out at the end of the day and go,
I'd be disappointed
that was
with
shite.
anything. Yeah.
It's just going to absolutely
blow your mind.
100%. Yeah. Get down there early, show your support, pay your €30, get your program, and just enjoy it. And as I say, if it's your first time, you never know where this step might lead you.
Yeah, there's a lot of bits going on in the paddock as well, and there's a bit of merch and that. So
yeah, it's very family
I wanted
oriented.
to ask you that as well. Yeah,
And you obviously have food stalls and your few bits.
There's a day's entertainment, even for
Brilliant.
the younger ones and that.
Well, I ain't going to bring the young fella with me now, but in the look at it's the bikes he's
The paddock is open, there's no on and shut, or there's no barriers there to stop you walking in to say hi to Mick O'Sweeney or the chalk boys that talk for Ireland. God, I'm not going near them until Sunday evening. There's no barriers apart from obviously the live circuit, so feel free to drop around, park up and have an ice cream.
Well, I always like that about Kells and stuff. It is. It's
and you have the village there as well. There's a couple of pubs there. And you can have your 0-0 and
having a walk around as well.
Should have fucking camped out.
I know.
There's ample room for camping.
Is there?
We're well set up for camping and good dry fields now.
Good dry
Not
fields.
that I'd camp, I wouldn't.
The high ground. we could go up where the jump is and just slide in under the stand. Maybe
We'll just stay with Andy.
I think he asked.
I think he did.
I borrowed a camper van off a Kildare man, so
Did you?
when I get the smell of Benji out of it after 2 days.
There won't be a bother. Look at lads, thanks a million. Before he's go, do you want to give a shout out to any other sponsors or any other organisations?
Absolutely. CCs have been with us since day one. Not just as a finance resource, but their shop. It's a come and go place for our merchandise that'll be there. We've got some beautiful t-shirts, hoodies and sweats and stuff, that's always available as well. But honestly, Sean and Christy in CCs, they're as much a part of the committee as we all are. So thanks to them. Principal Insurance, they're on board as well as a sponsor as well. Again, if we flip through our program and you pick it up, you'll see the generosity that people have done in sponsoring a bail, sponsoring a radio post, a Marshall post, and it's not because it's nice to have, it's just you need to have. And we're so appreciated of having the likes of CCs and Principal on board, because it just like Marshalls or medical teams, we couldn't operate without them.
They just wouldn't run. That's it.
Simple. It's as simple as that.
Well, it's just peppered through the program, you'll see the lots of the smaller ads, and there's a lot of even people in there that didn't bother with ads, but they're giving us food, they're giving us stuff, drinks, everything, So it takes the burden away from the club to not have
absolutely,
to
yeah.
Well, as the fella says, it's a town that starts a race. You know what I mean? It's a town. It's a village, a community that comes together to get a race called. So well done, and fair play to the two of you. Have to say,
absolutely, lads,
and all the committee from the Motorcycle Hour podcast and Clondy Gale. Thank you fucking very, very much.
Well, look, lads, it's our pleasure to have you on here. In fairness, and all we want to do is see you succeed and road racing to succeed.
Absolutely,
and that's it.
Here, long live Kells Road Racing.
Absolutely.
Thanks very much. It's been a pleasure to be here.
We'll throw you an old hang sandwich.
No Tejo sandwich.
Throw a bit of cheese in it.
Thanks for having us, lads.
Thanks, mate. Okay, we'll see you on the weekend.
Thank you.
And we're back, and of course that was the lads from Kells Road Racing Club, and I have to say they're after getting the old juices flowing. I am looking forward to this weekend.
Yeah, you're
It
well
is
stirred up for
absolutely
it.
class.
Kells was always a good road race.
It is class. It's class. It's the countryside, the scenery, everything, the place. It's just fucking top notch. The standard of racing in it, the circuit, everything is fantastic. Yeah. What he did forget to mention, which I'm going to give a shout out now, is to the air code for those that maybe aren't on social media. The air code you need for this weekend is A for Andrew 82. KW30, and that's for Crosskeel Handball Club. Put that in your sat nav, into your car, and make your way over there. Say Saturday and Sunday, and we'll see you all there. We'll be there, maybe making a few podcasts or record a bit of audio and getting some footage over the weekend. So if you do see us, come over and say hello. Don't be shy.
Yep. Yeah, well, I think the thing to mention here, because again, when these road races, it's voluntary, as in, you know what I mean. And look, you have to support the sport, right? And you got a lot of people trying to get in for nothing, And you all have that cohort that want everything for nothing.
Yeah.
So I think is it 30 quid to get in or something for the
30
weekend?
quid and you get
a fucking
come on,
program.
you know, it's
As we said, in 30 quid, it was £20 for a program up in the Northwest 200. So it's not. It's you know. It's,
but that's what I'm saying. Like, so
money.
it's.
Speaking of Northwest, no one said that about my T-shirt.
Oh, you said it was nice when you came in.
Oh, you did. Thanks.
Yeah.
There you go.
Don't know what you're looking at me for.
No. Janet, Janet and Steve are here as well. Our two resident groupies.
Yeah. Bring
all the way.
What
in
about my
from
T-shirt?
Allenwood.
Steve looks
Penny-
really
pennies.
impressed with
No,
that.
that's not pennies. 11 degrees is not pennies. I know that much. I don't know where it's from, isn't it?
I wouldn't have a clue what it is. I'm not a slave to fashion.
I seen that somewhere in one of the fashion magazines or something.
I think it was in Vogue or something.
Oxendales.
Yeah.
It'd be a fucking Screwfix catalogue you were looking at.
Remember the old days with Oxendales?
No.
That was all we had back in the day. You know what I'm talking about. Oh my god! Right, heads out the door.
And the lingerie section was that good that the page was stuck together already.
Oh my god! I was hitting that, but I didn't actually go there.
Tony went
Oh
there.
my god! What have you got there, lad? You have to find a little sticker for yourself. Come on. Yeah, so look, head over to Kells Road Racing this weekend, and we'll see us all over there. Any other plans, lads, for the weekends or anything major going on aside from that? We have a couple of bits and pieces coming up that we want to talk about, rallies and all that sort of stuff. But before we do any of that, I have to ask one question. Do you know what time it is, do you?
And now, it's time for the Tech and Torque Report.
McQuaid, talk to me, man. What have we got?
Tracer 900 GT.
Tracer 900 GT.
Yeah.
What about them?
Nah, don't buy it.
Hey! Don't you ever say that again.
How fucking dare
Very
you?
dare you.
How absolute very much dare you.
Just wasn't mad on it.
You.
Genuinely wasn't mad on it.
That's a word.
What? I think we'll just wrap it up here. Thanks,
fucking
folks.
relax.
Episode 93 over now.
Get that
What do you mean
fucking-
you didn't like it?
Get that other yoke out of my fucking shed.
Yeah, exactly. You and your poxy
You
tiger.
wished up there you did
No.
it.
No. You get your little tiger with your flat wheel on it. And you're,
It has no fucking wheel on it.
yeah, exactly.
Because the wheel's over there in the fucking
Yeah,
corner.
exactly. And you're 80,000 kilometers. Best luck getting across Spain on that joke. Go on.
Yeah.
No, all John was saying, let's bring it back down. Let's professional it up here again.
Yeah.
Why didn't you like the... You're wrong, but go on. I'll give you a chance to explain.
I sat on Mark's then the next night, and it doesn't. It's probably just the seat that's on it. I just don't feel comfortable physically on the bike. The bike is class. Look, it'll go through bends like no man's business. All the power's there. Looks class. The bike looks brilliant. I feel like I'm sitting at the wrong angle on it or something like that. It's just the angle I see or something. Ergonomically, it just doesn't suit me. Your one specifically, and it's a problem you have it as well. That fucking key thing would absolutely. I'd throw the bike through the fucking ditch because of that.
Okay, well, that's
What
strong
I
words
want
there,
to,
man.
Yeah, what I want to know is what's the
Jesus.
gearbox like?
What is the gearbox like?
Pretty smooth.
Holy shit.
Oh, yeah.
There's the first one. I go on.
Like for a Yamaha, in fairness, the Yamas are always known for notchy gearbox. Do you know what I mean?
Like it's look.
No, so all
It's
good.
it's a bike that loves corners. Everything's there. Sounds class.
Sounds incredible.
So like
Especially my one. Just saying.
that's because of the cross-plane engine or something like that. It has
No,
an
I
effect
have
to
an
it.
exhaust system in mine.
Yeah.
We won't go exhaust system, but bean can underneath. maybe.
Yeah, but when he was selling the bike to me,
Best thing ever.
Class, best thing
Yeah.
ever, lad. You want to get
That's why I got an extra $2,000 out.
Hey, Terence Healy has you fucking well
look,
children.
listen, lad.
My
No.
God. So you wouldn't go for one?
No, if you could get a different seat what seat is on it? That's not the comfort seat, is it?
No,
Or-
it's a standard seat. And what did you not like about it?
It just feels like the back. There's a flick towards the back end, like the back end is raised or something like that, and it has me sitting leaning. At
Maybe that's the way he has his set up.
That could be the way he has. But yours was slightly like that as well.
Maybe
Not as much.
maybe you've like an awkwardly shaped arse.
I do have an incredibly awkward shape. I'm an incredibly awkward shaped person.
Yeah.
So that might just be it.
So maybe don't take it.
I'd
with
say
the bike.
99.9% of other people have found it.
I'd say, I've never
I'm
heard.
just saying for me. I wouldn't fucking
You
buy
did.
it.
Well, you like the power, you like the speed, you like the looks of it,
Yeah.
you like the gearbox,
Yeah.
you don't like the ignition, and you don't like the seat.
I don't like the position it has me in. So if there was a different seat on it and I had a spin on it, I might love the bike.
So you think if we raised up the seat?
Could be, yeah.
Or
But
if you put
at the front.
risers on swept back risers on it, brought the bars back to you a bit, would that make a difference? Make it sit a bit more.
Could do, yeah.
Something like that.
You'll buy it.
Everything else about it, I loved.
Right,
But just when I was on it,
Well,
I didn't
that
feel
can be
like-
sorted, though,
You
Ross.
can do,
Yeah.
yeah. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I wouldn't buy that bike the way it is.
You'll buy it. It's his. You
wouldn't buy the way
you have form.
So let's just clarify here. There's nothing actually wrong with the bike.
No, I didn't say there was anything wrong with the bike.
You just.
I just said I'm but we know that I've long back and short legs.
Yeah, that's true.
And a round belly
And a big wallet. And a small
we know that.
finger.
Straight hair, curly teeth, marked with a stutter.
Yeah. That's right. Do you want to hear some fun facts about Yamaha?
Go for it.
No.
Right. So Yamaha history spans from repairing reed organs of all things to becoming
pianos.
to becoming global engineering powerhouse.
Yeah. Well, that's the 3 tuning forks, isn't it?
That is correct. And
That's the throwback to the piano thing.
I was going to say that you kind of fucking ruined it for me, but it's all right. Don't worry about it.
Is that what our symbol is? It's 3 tuning forks.
Tuning forks, absolutely. Yeah. And the Yamaha Marine one is slightly different.
Yeah.
The music Yamaha started in 1887, believe it or not, when co-founder Tarakushu, Yamaha, successfully repaired a broken reed organ. I don't know what's a reed on a piano, is it? What's a reed organ? Not like what they have in the mass.
Yeah, it just works. It works on air. It's like an accordion type thing, but it's on legs, isn't it?
Okay, yeah, I think so.
It's on legs.
Yeah, it's like it looks like a piano, but it's like like accordion, like it bellows.
Yeah,
that's kind of what it is.
I'm even more confused now, to be honest. And
That has legs.
Yeah. And it says this curiosity-driven repair led to the creation of Japan's first piano, decades before they built their first motorcycle. Tuneful engines. Because of their piano heritage, Yamaha Engine Labs use specialized acoustic chambers to tune exhaust notes to specific harmonic frequencies. A great sounding engine is by design, not by accident. That's their slogan. I like that. I do like that. Up the Yamahas. Then the Red Dragonfly, Yamaha's first ever motorcycle, the YA, introduced in 1955, was a 125cc 2-stroke model, and it earned the nickname Akatambo or Red Dragonfly, and quickly began sweeping podiums in Japan racing events. So there you go.
Sure, this is why we bought these things,
They've had a fair old
quicker
tradition.
than a piano.
They have had a fair old tradition. Do you want to hear some of the weird stuff that they make? So aside from motorcycles and pianos, Yamaha is a major manufacturer of unmanned agricultural helicopters, believe it or not, automated cell handling machines and for medical research, and highly praised earthquake resistance swimming pools. Now, if there's one thing you need in life, it's an earthquake resistant swimming pool.
You don't want to be in the pool.
I never leave the house without it.
You know what I mean?
110% without a shadow of a doubt. So yeah, that's a bit of interesting news. Well, I thought it was interesting about Yamaha now. So
well, Ross slayed him enough in you.
You slayed him enough, so hopefully we can kind of grab.
That's Yamaha gone off the
that is Yamaha
sponsorship deal as well.
I love your phasers, lads.
I'd say it'll pull out it. Exactly. Yeah. Don't forget you have a fucking phaser.
I love me phaser.
Yeah. I know. Look, in fairness, you know, you have to be honest about these sort of things. As I said, you are completely wrong.
Yeah.
But
couldn't be any more wrong, really.
That bike is just used to a 40-stone man being sitting on the back of it. Maybe, you know, it needs to be geared back for me.
Shots.
Bring in the claws there now, huh?
2 weeks on the Ozempic fucking injections, and I think Jesus, he's fucking.
Yeah. I was still skinnier before I started them.
Yeah, you're starting to look like your man Ryan Tuberty. Can't tell you apart this weather. I have another email here as well before I forget, and this is on last week's Tech and Torque report. It says, Howard lads, just on last week's Tech and Torque where you tested KTM's 1290 Super Adventure, I purchased a 2018 S model, which is the one we had, I think.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
S model, back in 2021, and have ridden it ever since. I bought it with 8,000 Ks on the clock and have now over 60,000 kilometers on it. I've toured the French and Swiss Alps, rode from Ireland to Hungary, through France, Belgium, Germany and Austria. Now that will be a trip and a half. And this August I'm heading to Spain and down the coast of Portugal, then back along the Mediterranean coast, through to France and down to Lake Garda. In my 40 odd years of riding and owning everything from Norton Commandos to BMW K1200s, I have to say the KTM is my all-time favourite. The comfort, power and styling, and yes, reliability, considering maybe an upgrade to the newer 1390 Adventure or in 2027, but for now the 1290 ticks all the boxes. Loving the pod, guys. Keep up the great work. And that's from Brian in Temple Oak.
Well, there's a man now whose opinion is valuable.
Yeah, exactly.
In fairness.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. Are you saying Ross isn't?
No, I'm not saying that, but Ross is completely wrong what he said.
100%. Yeah. I know, but like, in fairness, look, I don't know, that was another thing. Like, people used to kind of talk about the KTMs and reliability issues and stuff, but
that's kind of only really, but it's only kind of in the last 2 to 3 years, this really things kicked off with KTM being on the label. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, well, obviously they were in serious financial bother.
Yeah.
So I think everybody kind of was like, were you really going to go out if a company was on the verge of collapse and spend 20 or 30 grand a bike?
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah.
But obviously,
But the thing is, what you're finding now is anyone that has a KTM, the resale value has gone through the floor.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can say.
Yeah, well, that's that. That is, I suppose, the
There's
downside
only,
of it,
I like the bikes, and most of the instructors in our group had them. But one by
James
one.
has one, hasn't he? Well, he had one, didn't
Well,
he?
yeah, we got rid of 2 of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just thought, from my own point of view, I actually thought they were just a smashing bike to ride. Now, just a quick break in the podcast with a word from some of our sponsors. City Spares Motorcycles, Cherry Orchard Industrial Estate Dublin, Honda and Suzuki Agent with a large selection of new and used motorcycles. P&B Heating and Plumbing, Edenderry, County Offaly, your go-to for all your heating and plumbing installations and repairs with a dedicated 24/7 emergency plumbing call-out service. Now, let's get back to the podcast. Could you see yourself buying a KTM?
No.
No, ever.
No.
Oh.
Too much hassle with them, by the sounds.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I think it's one of those things. If somebody if someone has a bike and it's a bad bike, you will hear that story 100 times over.
Yeah.
Rather than that, I'll say, well,
But I've
I
just,
had it, it was great.
like I said, James had the KTM, set of fork seals, 6 months.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, look at that.
It's just, I suppose, resale values is concerning, and then the availability of service parts.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
I've said, fork seals should be fairly standard enough now.
Absolutely.
Now, I know KTM come with all the bells and whistles with their K-Tech forks and, everything else. Like,
Yeah.
maybe it's just not as much off the shelf aftermarket stuff there for them, maybe, as with the service parts. But I think people have got a little bit windy with them now at this stage.
That's it, because the older KTMs, guys rave about them.
Yeah.
Brilliant machine. Do you know what I mean? So,
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm not listening out at Rohin, like, in fairness, that's, like, what year was his one?
2018.
Yeah, so it's kind of seemingly gone kind of downhill since maybe 2022, like, with them. you know?
Yeah. I don't, yeah.
Which is a shame.
Yeah, no,
Because they
listen,
are a fine machine. You know?
They are, no, fairness. Yeah. And they're a beautiful looking bike.
No, that's what I mean. Like,
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
stunning.
they're-
oh,
to
sure,
look
look,
at.
and they come with everything.
Yeah. I told you the only KTM I think I ever had was the LC4, the first of them, the 620, with the left sided kickstart.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. I'll tell you, it fairly graze your shins trying to start that joke.
That's
But a good idea. Once you got her going, she was a whoever you want
Yeah.
to go. But anyway, that's the way it goes. Speaking of bikes as well, any word on when we're going to see your new Honda?
I don't know. When are we going to see me Honda, Mark?
Well, from what I'm hearing, lads, it's going to be
2027.
it's going to be sort of July, I think.
Yeah,
July.
that's what appeared. Yeah, July.
We're
So,
nearly there now. We're nearly there.
well, we're getting close. Getting
Yeah.
Are
close.
you excited? So there must be 100,000 on the Gixxer now, is there?
It's easy.
He's dialed that clock back.
What's left of it?
Did you sign a contract with Terence?
Huh?
Did you
Oh,
say?
yeah. Actually, we're locked in there.
Oh, that's it, Terence.
I know, and in fairness to Terence now, he's been very good, and
It's a sound out skin.
it's it is what it is. Like I said, I just literally was thinking about it, toying with the idea in January, and just chatted to Terence, and he said, "Look, if you want to order one, because first world problems. The GSX-R 1000R, no, it's not an R. It's a GSX without GX. It's not even 2 years old until July anyway.
Yeah.
So I said, you know what, frick it, I will. Do you know what I mean?
And how did you find that, Tony, that bike?
The
GSX?
yeah. I
out to the shed and
was
try
going
to-
to give a smart answer. I opened the shed door and it's there, but anyway, good bike. Yeah, I have to say, and I'm coming down from the Beamer, the XR 1000R.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And literally, I love the Beamer, but again, a bit like the KTM, the depreciation on it was shocking.
And service costs.
Yeah, shocking.
Yeah.
Right. And but I couldn't fault the Beamer. Getting onto the GSX, then I had it a week. Had to run in with in 1 week, and then went across Europe on it for 3 weeks. Do you know what I mean? So that was,
Yeah.
So
And-
mileage straight
and-
away, anyway.
Baptism of
I
fire
have to
now.
say now, it ticked all the boxes. Do you know what I mean? It did exactly what it says on the tin. I couldn't fault the bike. Noticeable drop in power on the Beamer.
Yeah.
But in the real world,
Yeah, you don't really. Yeah.
it's for what I'm doing, it's brilliant. It's, with the modes and all that, it's absolutely fantastic. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I can't see me going back to like a sports bike like that ever again. Do you know what I mean? Just that type of bike. It's like your Tracer and all that. Do you know what I mean? Very hard to go back to a Gixxer now, arse up, head down, and that type of stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Especially when you have something that has the best of both worlds, like, you know.
Yeah, and so
well, not everyone would agree with that. Yeah.
But in the same way that
Not the Tracer, anyway.
the GSX ticked all the boxes and was a lot cheaper than the XR. In the same vein as that, the Honda ticks all the boxes. It's cheaper than the GSX-R 1000 GX and comes with all the extras. Whereas I bought the GSX and I had to put on the extra, the comfort seat, the center stand, the heated grips, the boxes. It's a right, it does. You know what I mean?
You have another $2,000 spent there in a second.
Yeah, but what happened then was when I spent all that money and got them, because it's only out that year. Do you know what I mean? And then Suzuki and the Wisdom decided to drop $2,000 on the price of them. Do you know what I mean? So
sure, look, that's just
happens. Now we went down and came back up again, and these things happen.
They do deals with things like I think now at the minute they're giving boxes along with the bikes now.
Exactly, yeah. So look, the way I looked at it was going for the Honda. It looks to be like exceptional value for money.
Well, anyone that's test rode them, like any reviews I've listened to, they're
raving about it.
They're going to be the bike of 2026.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, except once
what was the bike at 25? Was it the Hornet?
Yeah.
Was it?
Bike of the year. Yeah.
Some York for the money, like I'd love a shot on one.
Yeah.
But
the issue being,
if only we knew a Honda dealer.
The engine was the issue with the SPs and from last year. Again, burning oil, and that was
allegedly.
Well, no, it's a known fact now. Like I said. So,
in fairness, though, I have to say that's one thing I do like about Honda. Though,
if
there's an issue, bang. Straight off the road, straight away.
They don't mess about.
No, it's sorted.
And you have to find with the build quality in Hondas tends to be better. Do you know what I mean?
Well, out of all the Japanese now, in fairness, they are build quality would be streaks above.
If I was being picky over my bike, build quality.
Yeah.
Do you know, like the fasteners, a bit of rust in them. Do you know what I mean? And now look, I know
the little things get at
it's paint on a lot of things with Suzuki is paint. The paint thickness isn't there.
Yeah,
you look at the K3s. Every one of them, lad, the swing arm on the back.
Yeah, but even that
just lumps fall off.
But even polishing them, like if you were hard polishing them, right, you'd see polish or you see paint in a rag afterwards. Oh yeah, they're hard, especially rims as well. If you clean the rims, edges of rims, you'd knock paint off them. It's just I suppose look, they're that much cheaper. You know what I mean? So something's given. Like
but look. Number one, you've got the Irish weather is number one. But again, my bikes, I use them. It's at the end of the day, it's not like the ordinary guy just rides it at the weekends. Maybe in the summertime.
Do you clean them though?
What?
Do you clean them?
Oh, I do, yeah. But as I said, not religiously, because again, when you're working all week on it, do you know what I mean? And then you might go.
The reason I'm asking that question is, I wonder. You were saying about if you were meticulous and cleaning it and stuff, do you think to be better or?
It would obviously help. But I said, it's like. Say you drive the van. Would you clean the van every day? No, you wouldn't. Do you know what I mean? It's a work van.
Kind of would. Maybe book one bit OC, but no, I get what you're saying.
How did you find the Beamer then, Tony? Sort of after a year or two of owning it, how did you find the build quality?
I loved it. I thought it was a fantastic bike. The power was just
phenomenal.
The setup on them.
Would you ever consider the V-Strom?
No. Doesn't. I mean, look, all the guys,
really, isn't it?
all the guys run about
for the amount of hours he's doing.
Africa Twins. Just that I like my inline 4s.
Yeah. No, I didn't mean obviously the little 650 V-Strom.
No. But the V twin doesn't. SP1, that's the V twin would do for me. But
I suppose with your line of work, an inline 4 is far smoother. Like so, it's just easier to ride.
It's a lot of low speed work.
I gotcha. I have to ask now. This is something you've spoke about first. You've test ridden your fair share of bikes now at this stage, and obviously you're not going to change the bike this year. I don't think. No. Bar the fucking Triumph shits itself, which it shouldn't. But
still a lot of time left in this year.
No, but you said to me something during the week. Out of all the bikes you've test rode, there's one that sticks out.
I know which one it is.
I know which one it is.
The Versus.
Yeah.
There you go.
The 1000 or the 650?
Oh no, geez, I wasn't going for 650.
Yeah.
What's the point?
I
going back?
don't think they make them.
No, I had the verses as well. I had the verses back in the day. And
You the verses,
Yeah.
What did you think? So what?
I don't know. I was very comfortable on the bike, and just all the power was. Look, they're all 1000cc bikes. So they all have the power. Like.
Yeah, that's not the issue.
No,
Power's never the issue,
it's just everything. It just felt very comfortable on it. So,
Yeah.
you know, you could.
Yeah, isn't it funny though? Funny enough now, and I've seen it no more than yourself. Ridden most of the newer models of that style of a bike. It wasn't a bike that stood out. Like it was a nice bike.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't one that I'd be going, oh, absolutely 100%.
In the line of bikes, yeah.
In the line of bikes. Probably the two biggest ones that stood out for me was probably that KTM, and again, that's an older one, that's 2080 one.
Twin.
And the Africa Twin. The Africa Twin was full.
I've ridden Africa Twins, just don't
do it for you.
it didn't do it for me, you know.
But you're just not into that kind of adventure tour look anyway, Tony. You're kind of more into a sports tour and look, like one way or another.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Now that said, even with the GSX, it's a known thing with them. High speed weave with them. And they have the electronics on them it's the most advanced electronics suspension on them that Suzuki's ever had. Right?
Okay.
And what happens is it's like it's what we call yaw. Do you know what I mean? So allegedly, yaw. Allegedly, when you're at high speed,
which you don't know anything about.
I wouldn't do 50k. That's I push it out to 60.
I was going to ask you this personal experience now we were talking about.
So what would happen is it would start into like a weave or a yaw. Do you know what I mean? Okay, and even though you keep the throttle on, it would cut the power.
All right.
Even though you keep the throttle on.
There's a yaw sensor.
Yeah, and it just drops everything back.
There is 6-axis IMUs. Incorporate yaw sensor.
Yeah. And what it does, it'll bring you back down to the steadies. It goes again.
Right.
Yeah.
And is it really intrusive though?
Oh yeah.
All right. So it's like traction controlled cutting in there.
Well, it just cuts the power, but I'm saying it's like
with the boxes or without the boxes, or does it matter?
Well, here's the thing. You see, when you do a bit of research, the Suzuki won't sell a top box for them.
That's right. Yeah.
They won't sell a top box for them, right? And now that said, when I went to the TT, James' bike was up for getting serviced in City Spares. He's the UX as well. And he rode my bike. And compared to his, he says, what the fuck did you do to that bike? Like, Jesus, some difference, he says. Yours is so much more planted than mine. So I found a video online how to set them up.
Oh, very good.
Right? And
with the modes, is that what you're talking about?
No.
Physical
You can adjust the suspension on the dash. Right?
Yeah.
And you go into the parameters on it, right? Now, again, you get out your Allen key and you set your compression damper on the fork, right?
Yeah.
And I'll try and find the video again, but you set that up, and then the rest then is up on the dash, and you set it up. Now, it's at, you kind of go to the extreme ends of the...
and then you work your way back.
No, that's what I thought. You go, say for compression damping, you go mad that way, and you go this way. I don't mean, but it just transformed the bike.
But the compression and damping will be more so subject to the person's size and weight though as well.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but it was all the parameters. It was all because you can your angle of attack, if you know what I mean. So again, you can raise the back suspension, you can lower it and all that. Do you know what I mean?
Makes some difference.
Oh, it makes a huge difference.
I remember, and I've never seen one as to make as much difference as ever when Charlie had the Triumph, the Tiger 1050.
Yes,
I brought it for a spin, but because it was lowered and it actually dropped the front, so the forks were sticking up about an inch. The difference it made and how heavy the steering was.
Yeah.
It was unreal.
But I did have to say,
I
just me being anorak that I am, I found the video. It was on YouTube. Set it up that way and left it that way ever since. Now again, it's. Yeah, I just when I'm riding it, I have it in automatic mode anyway on suspension and all that. But it just at higher speeds, it's so planted. It's just unreal. So I said to James, "Listen, I forget what the video was. Just go look it on YouTube and find it." But it transformed the bike.
Next week's Tech and Torque, we might do.
No, take it away, yeah.
See what we think.
Yep.
You let us know what the gearbox is like,
Yeah.
Very interested. Lads, before we wrap it up, we've a couple of things going on. Now, we meant to give a shout out to this last week, but Ross never reminded me. So, this is a new...
Jeez, you're getting us today, dude.
This is a new thing.
Yeah.
Listen, he's sitting across me. It's the only way it works. This is a new thing that's going on, and we didn't get up to it actually Monday night, but we're definitely going to make an attempt to get up to it because it is fairly close to us, and it is Auto Collective. It's a new group on Facebook, and it's Moto Mondays at the one and only Roaches in Kildare, which is very
Sinking
well known as
Pub.
the Sinking Pub. Lovely,
that in the middle of nowhere?
pints. I don't say if it's in the middle of nowhere. That's rich
it
coming
is.
from you, lad, where you live. My
It is in the
God.
middle of fucking
Well, it
nowhere.
is a
Thank
kind
you,
of in
Ross.
the middle of, but still close
We
to
used to
Dublin.
there as well, but like,
Yeah, at least we're close to Dublin. You're close to. I don't
who
even
wants to be
know.
close to
Just
Dublin?
leave it. Well, you know what I'm saying.
Fucking hell.
Auto Collective Moto Mondays, Roaches. Every Monday, and it's Derry Crib, County Kildare, from 6:30 till 8:30. And I believe there is a Facebook group set up. So jump on and have a look. Auto Collective Roaches this Monday at 6:30, and we'll see us all there. There's food. The food
assume
there
it's
is
all bikes,
fantastic.
or just bikes and cars, or
All
just
bikes, no, just bikes. All
Nice.
bikes, Auto Collective, yeah. So
nice
I think
one.
they've got a couple
Deadly.
of. I think Darragh Racing might be supporting the lads and stuff as well. So it's a class pub. If you've never been, I'd urge you to go down.
step down into it.
Really, yeah. Set that
fall down into it.
The pints are absolutely crass. Obviously, I can't endorse drink driving or whatever the case may be. But
Pull in and stop. You spill the pint.
yeah. Go in. The food is class. Actually, the food is class. You was probably getting as well. The food and Roaches is fucking absolutely top class. You haven't had it. My God, you haven't lived. Yeah. But anyway, that's the first thing. McQuaid, what else have we got on? We've got coming up this weekend. We've got 2 rallies. We've got the Ballardemons rally anyway.
The Ballardemons rally, the 13th hole in the road rally, Ballarfest.
Ballarfest. That is in Jack White's.
Where are we now? On this page is folded over.
Very well organised.
Yep. Jack White's in Junction 19, M11, Ballina Park, British Bay, County Wicklow, A67HE06.
Good old Wickler. What else have we got on? We've Harley Riders Ireland. It's not on this weekend as well, I believe, is it?
I don't know, it's not on the piece of paper in front of me.
Is it not? Yeah, I'm pretty sure Harley Riders Ireland might be having their rally on, but jump onto Facebook and you'll get jump onto the Irish Bike Rallies page and you'll see it. And again, of course, as ever, Kells Road Racing is on. That's the big one. We're heading over to that Friday or Saturday. We're actually might go for that ride out. There's a ride out happening obviously tomorrow night.
Friday
You'll hear about that. So we might go to that, and then we're
definitely
going
there
to be Sunday. We'll be over there making a few videos now. Anything else you just want to wrap it up before we call it a night, boys?
No.
No one wants to get anything else off their chest, no?
No? Everybody happy? Everyone love life? Everything? No, we won't go into that. We can talk about that after. We'll see you all next week. Stephen, you alright?
Hold on, Stephen, you want a microphone?
He's shell shocked here. Talk about, do you not see all the tangents bouncing off the wall? Talk about mad tangents on this podcast. It's not to go
You're in
anywhere.
a safe place here.
From lingerie to bikes.
Who brought lingerie into it?
You did.
Oh, sorry. Okay. That happens from time to time. Folks, we'll see you all next week for episode 94.
Good luck.
Over and out.